Hello everyone, my name is Angelica and welcome to my channel. So I decided to surround myself with plants, as for today's video I prepared two trendy DIY ideas for flower pots. Spring is a great time for planting new flowers or plants, if it's inside or outside, and as the plants are beautiful themselves, I think they deserve some nice outfit. And let's be honest, flower pots are playing important role in interior decoration. My plant family is growing, which means I need more flower pots, so without any further ado, let me show you what I created this time. For this project, I will be using this white ceramic pot, which I actually bought with this project in mind. But you can use something what you already have at home and won't change the look of. I've also got silicone molds with flower shapes. I've got quite many to choose from, but I've decided to use only one design. And to create these flowers, I'm using polymer clay in white color. I start with kneading small piece of clay at the time. This clay is super hard at the beginning, but the longer you knead it, softer it becomes. And to get exact shape of the flower, the clay has to be nice and soft. I take the first ball and I start pushing it to the mold, filling up all the space. I press it down and then move it to the sides. Once the whole flower mold is filled and flat, I remove it gently from the mold and the first flower is ready. It's always better to take smaller piece of clay than too big. The level of the clay should be slightly lower than silicone, so you work with the clay inside the mold and not on its outside surface. It's small piece with a lot of details on it, so I work really gently with it. To know how many flowers I need, I've placed them on the pot in the pattern I want. Now it's time to bake them, and there is few options. If your pot is oven safe, you can just place it all together in this position. If not, place all of your flowers on the baking tray and greaseproof paper, but don't put them flat. Try to give them more of the convex shape. I bake them for 30 minutes in 110 Celsius degrees, but you should follow the instructions from your clay. Now they are all hard and ready to be painted. You can of course choose any colors, but I've decided to create little sunflowers. So for the middle part I'm using brown paint, and for the petals of flowers I'm using yellow. I only paint from and side of each flower, as the back won't be seen anyway. And of course you can use clay in some color instead of painting them later, but for me it was just easier to paint them than buying new pack of clay in that color. Once they are all painted and dry, it's time to attach them back to the flower pot. I'm using hot glue, but you can use any other glue. In my previous polymer clay project, I've used super glue and it worked pretty well. I will leave the link to that video in my description box. I put small amount of the glue in the center and then press it down and hold for a few seconds. I think it looks super cute. The yellow color just brighten up the space. For sure it will stand out between the brown terracotta pots. To create concrete pot, I will be using cardboard box as the mold. I will recommend using plastic container, which is much stronger than cardboard, but I didn't have any with straight corners, so I've used this instead. So the inside of this box represents the size of the pot. I start with cutting off all the parts of the box I don't need. To make it a bit stronger, I've decided to add extra pieces of hard cardboard around the box. And to tape it, I'm using silver tape, which is super strong and also will make this box waterproof. Then I tape this box all around, making sure all the corners and holes are covered. Once it's all taped, I'm placing extra piece of cardboard inside the box to make it stronger. Using the same tape, I'm covering all the walls inside the box. Because I'm going to tile it later on, I don't worry too much about small greases and bubbles from the tape. I think this step can be even skipped as there is enough protection outside the box, and also you can remove cardboard from the concrete easily once the concrete is settled. Now it's time to prepare the box for the inside. I will have to tape two boxes together as I didn't have one which was big enough. You can make it as big as you want, but I would recommend to keep the walls about 1 to 2 centimeters thick. And again, to make it a bit stronger, I put some extra pieces around and tape it all with the silver tape. It has to be done really tight so the wet cement won't come inside. If you are going to put soil and plant inside, it's important to create some kind of drainage in the pot. I've created these roller-shaped parts out of paper and I'm attaching them to the bottom with hot glue. I mix cement with water and now I'm pouring it to my box. I've made it quite runny so it's easier to pour it. I fill it up to the same level as my paper rollers. I shake it and tap it to level it up and get rid of any air bubbles. I take my smaller box and place it inside so it sits on the small pipes. I make sure it's in the center part of the box and walls are same thickness. To secure it from moving around, I tape it. Don't pull the tape too much if you don't want to lose the square shape of your box. Even the walls are quite thick and hard now, I still place the box between the books and bricks to hold its shape. And then I start pouring the cement all the way up to the top. Next day the cement was set and I could remove the tapes and cardboard. Then I took the paper out from the holes. Using 40 grit sandpaper, I sand down all the imperfections and level up the top part. I've done it outside with the mask on. To decorate my pot, I'm going to use these small tiles. The baby blue color is so popular right now, so when I saw them, I knew I had to use them for some project. They are actually my neighbor's old tiles, which they were throwing away, so I saved them. They were attached to this net with other colors, but I wanted to use only one color. I've placed the tiles on the side of my pot to see how many I need and where should I start. Ideally, you will look for mold which will fit all the tiles without cutting them. But in my case, it was more about playing around with these tiles and see what arrangement works best. To attach them, I'm using tile adhesive. I am applying thin layer with the special tiling tool. And then one tile at a time, I press it down in a straight line. Remember, you can always leave the gaps between the tiles and later fill them with tile grout. Once the first row is finished, I take a piece of wood and making sure it's all nice and straight. Then slightly tap it. I make sure nothing is coming out between the tiles, and I only press them down slightly. I've tiled front and both sides of the pot. It's quite easy process, the only hard part is that this pot is not 100% straight, some places are more bulging than the others, so I try to put right amount of adhesive under each tile. And as I've said before, to fill any gaps you can use grout, but I'm using the same adhesive and just smooth it out. I give it a quick but slight clean before everything dries and settles. And next day my concrete and tile flower pot is ready. It's far away from being perfect, but I still like it. At the moment I've put fake leaves, but I'm going to plant some small cactuses in here. So like always, let me know in the comment section which project was your favorite one and if you are going to recreate it. If you enjoyed this project and this video, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. I will really appreciate it, and it also helps this channel growing, which means more people can see it and more people can get inspired to create some beautiful home decorations. And for now, thank you so much for watching, your support, and I will see you in my next video.